Welcome to my forge. This hour-long video is an introspective look at what it took for me to prepare for the Brooklyn Knife Show. More than an instructional video, this is a personal look into my life and how I make my knives. Parental advisory, this video does contain swearing.
Day one, today, this afternoon, is all about prep work. Start off with the smaller stuff. Going to make 8 figures.
Little did I know that this was all planning in futility. I didn't stick to a damn thing.
This is steel for the Damascus. Got 1075 here, 15 and 20. Gain more bearing, young Jedi. For the bowies, I elected to do them in bearing steel. This is a bearing casing that I've hacked up, the 4 pieces. I'll do the 5th bowie in something else. But yeah, so we'll be drawing that out. It's quite thick steel as well, as you can see.
Without the aid of my hydraulic press, I don't think I could have done this amount of work in such a short amount of time. If I had to forge this all by hand, I don't think it would have been possible to do the number of knives that I did.
Day 2 of my documentary. And yesterday, while talking all big about waking up early and getting work done, one small thing escaped me. Today is my birthday. I'm turning 41. Thank you very much for those of you wishing me happy birthday. And one thing that I've always done since I was 19 and I left school and I got a job, I don't work on my birthdays. Never have, except for once by accident, and I actually did because I forgot it was my birthday. So now I'm torn with a moral dilemma. I have all this work to do in this short space of time, but it is my birthday, you know, and this is something I've always done. I enjoy it. I go out to a shopping center, I sit down and have a hamburger or something, and I watch people. I enjoy watching people. It's one of my pastimes. I am torn about what I should do today. I'm going to do a half and half day, so I satisfy the need to do some work so I don't feel so guilty. And I also satisfy my tradition of doing absolutely sweet fuck all on my birthday. So I'm sitting in my car, I've just dropped off the kids, and I'm going back to bed. This is the end of day 2. This is Tuesday evening, about 5:45. The last time you heard from me, I was going back to sleep because it was my birthday today. So this is the half day that I'm working, and I got kind of carried away and I decided to do more than I anticipated, but turns out I did well. If you have a look here, you can see over there all the pieces of steel already. I've got one extra piece in the forge right now. You can hear it going. That piece in the forge behind me is a piece of sandmine that I'm making with a ball bearing core and a iron outers. Now the iron outers are used. These ones. These come from a wagon wheel tire, about 150 years old iron. It's got really nice figuring in it. So that's the last piece for the day. And if we have a look here, I'll give you a tally in a few minutes of the number of knives I can make with the steel that I prepared. I finished the last piece of sandmine, well the only piece of sandmine that I'm making, and I now have all my pieces together. So now I'm going to show you and give you a rough breakdown of how many knives I'm going to make with the stock that I have prepared. Okay, so let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 knives. End of the first day. Well, like I said, technically not a first day. It's the yesterday's afternoon, which was about an hour's worth of work, and this afternoon, which is another 3 hours worth of work. So that's a 4-hour session of drawing out steel. Tomorrow's work is going to be forging the blades, drawing tangs. Yeah, I must say I'm having fun. Knowing that I can hopefully get all these forged, perhaps ground by the end of this week. I think that's a good goal to set for this number of knives, taking into consideration that the Damascus knives need to be figured. I need to put some edge patterning on them just to give them some character. Sandmire stock removal, like most of the Pucos. The Pucos are just forged profile. I will be forging a number of full tangs as well, so I might actually have to forge out 1 or 2 more bearings now that I think about it. With all that, yeah, we'll see how hard I can forge, because now tomorrow this is physical labor. What I did today is hot and exhausting, but I've got the assistance of my press, which does all the hard work. It turns bearings into knife steel. I think it was a good first effort. Something happened last night. Many of you knife makers out there may have felt this before. It's called stress. I don't express stress like other people. I don't freak out. I'm not a flapper. But I do have this little thing called thinking. Last night as I lay in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, normally I could put my head in the pillow and I go straight to sleep. But because of what I need to do today and in the coming weeks, I started thinking. And thinking led to more thinking. What kind of knives I'm going to make, sell some knives to pay for bills, procedures that I'm going to use, and general planning. But this planning and thinking and worrying about money led me to carry on thinking and planning and worrying about money for another hour and a half, which resulted in me not being able to fall asleep. And add insult to injury, my wife snores. I snore as well, but only snore once I fall asleep, so that doesn't bother me. But she snores and she grinds her teeth, because she also stresses about money and stuff. With her snoring and grinding her teeth next to me, I couldn't get any sleep. So I end up going to sleep on the couch, where I'm away from all that and the steady clicking of the clock in the lounge, and it rocks me to sleep. Even there, I sat for a while. So I woke up this morning very, very tired, being torn whether I should go get some more rest, because when I'm tired, I'm not very productive. Yeah, that's the beginning of day 3, feeling the stress of, and then the burden of having to earn money. So, thanks for watching, and we'll cut to some nice shots of me forging blades. And I've got a shitload of blades to forge, so thanks. End of day 3, got all my Damascus blades patterned and forged and profiled into shape. I will do a little bit tweaking once I've finished everything else. I'm going to go over each blade, just make sure all the lines are straight. The tapers are in nicely. I can tell you I'm bushed, eh? Clouds are overhead and it's hot, so it's quite humid. It's been a while since I've been in the forge and done such a lot of work. My elbow's starting to hurt. Yeah, I'm taking strain, and the word of the day is monotony. Yeah, did you mix the lychee juice with this? Thank you very much. Sun in my elbow. It's quite nice. Lychee juice mixed with breakfast punch. Your brain wanders, you lose concentration, start thinking about the strangest things, you know, things that you need to do in the house, thinking about friends and family. I suppose it's a coping mechanism for anybody doing the same thing over and over again. But I'm not digging it. I don't like working in these large numbers. But I'm okay. I can handle it. And this is the easy stuff, because this is all Damascus. Damascus is soft. Tomorrow, I'm going to be forging out all the bearing stock. The rough count, quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, plus I have this 14, 15, 16, maybe 17, a little bit of different here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And that's not including these 3. This 27, 20, 29, 30, and I have to forge 2 more of these. Still. So you can see I've been very, very busy, and my body's starting to feel it. Eh? I'm not a young man anymore, I'm 41. I'm not incredibly active. So my joints are feeling it, my shoulders. Oh man, definitely feel it. But I'm very happy with my work, so I had planned today, I have all the Damascus blades forged out, and the 3 sand mines, 1, 2, 3. 2 are for stock, 1 is for order, and yeah, lots of work to do. And also today was an interrupted day, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted. I had to go buy a new leather dye, ran out of leather dye. I had to pick up the kids from school. I didn't get as early a start as I hoped, so even with an interrupted day, I think I did pretty well. Alright, it's about 11:45 on day 4, and I've been forging the morning away since about 9:30, and get up early again. But I'm finding that this is a little bit earlier than I normally get up. Each time I'm getting up a little earlier, so it's helping. Getting a lot done. I am tired. I've forged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 pukos and 2, 4, 6, 7 hunters. And I'm taking 5 because I'm starting to get tired. Another thing I'm learning, also after watching Forged in Fire, is you got to pace yourself. And there's nothing wrong with taking a 10-minute break just to recuperate your strength so that you can push forwards. I've done all the easy stuff now, so I'm just going to turn the camera around. All the easy stuff. You can see here. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 8 pukos. 2, 4, 6 hunters, and I've got 2 more hunters, full tangs, ready to go in the forge. It's 5 o'clock, the end of day 4, and I'm very happy with what I've done. And typical of the way things are, I finally get my hammer in stride as I start doing the last few blades, whereas I had to muscle through and suffer aching joints and whatnot to get the first ones done. But all in all, I have 29 knives that I've forged. I've got the big ones here sitting out here. I'll be normalizing most of tomorrow. I have 90 normalizing cycles sitting, so that's, well, not 90, but 87, because we've got 29 blades that we have to normalize 3 times. Then I've got to take the time tomorrow to normalize everything, and yes, interrupted by children. There's a reality style. Yeah, so I'm feeling it. The joints feel good. I've worked hard, and yeah.
But who are you talking?
I'm talking to the camera.
You're making a video.
Yeah, I'm making a video. There you go. Yeah. Well, we thought I might have been further along. I plan on finishing all the grinding by the end of the week. Just be quiet so that people can hear me, okay? I thought I'd be done by grinding everything by the end of the week, but it looks like I'll only be getting to grinding either by the end of tomorrow or on Monday. That's fine. All the heavy work is done, all the profiling. I straightened each and every single blade very carefully with the flatting dies on the press. So yeah, so I think all in all, good job. See you tomorrow. Okay, good morning. It is Friday, the beginning of day 5 of this project. I have completed forging all my knives. They're straight. All the bevels are in the middle, those that have bevels, angle lines. So these are finished. All I have to do now is normalize. And last night while I was contemplating the enormity of normalizing all these knives, 29 knives times 3 was 87 normalizing cycles, averaging on 5 minutes normalizing cycle. That's a substantial portion of the day because they need to be done properly. This being 52-100 steel, it requires a little bit more tender care than most of the other steels because you want to get the best out of the steel that you can. So I was thinking, it's too much. The forge is going to get too hot. I'm going to run out of gas. So I've now created the rule of 5. So I will normalize them each 3 times. And when I put them to cool, I'm going to take another 5 knives. I'm going to choose a mix of knives, not just all the same ones, for my own sanity. So just to count them off so that you can see how many knives I've forged this week. So there we go. So I'm going to count them. 1, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so this calculation, I accidentally made 32 knives instead of 29 knives. This is what happens when you just forge the shit out of everything, and I didn't realize that I made so many knives. Oh well, this is a good thing. Well, then I accomplished more than I thought I would. For now, I'm going to take 1 order knife, 1 trade knife. This is a knife that I owe on trade for some stuff that I was given. Where's the order knife? See, I've got to memorize. It's not that one. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's the sand knife. Okay, so 1 order knife, 2 order knives, a trade knife. I need 2 more knives. I think I'll do 1 hunter and 1 full tang Damascus. There you go, 1 hunter and 1 full tang Damascus. There you go. I think that's a healthy mix of knives to start with. So I'll do these first, and we'll put all the others aside. So something occurs to me that I should mention about time management in forging. Now, the kind of thing that I'm talking about now doesn't really happen with stock removal, because you really got your pre-shape. Now, if you look at this blade that I forged, it's kind of round at the back, kind of round at the belly, and there's no clear definition here. Now, a certain amount of profiling is involved in forged blades, but now with the numbers that I'm doing, when I normally forge a knife, I can forge pretty accurate, about 99% complete profile, but that kind of forging takes time. Now when you're doing the number of blades that I'm doing, 30 blades in this case, the time it takes to do that accurate forging is longer than it takes just to quickly fix it on the grinder. So if you look at some of the knives when I put on the display that I put out there, you'll see that they're all kind of round and the points aren't very defined. It's because I can take the less time on the grinder and very quickly shape it up. So I'm going to quickly show you now this profile while the one is heating up in the forge there. I'm going to quickly profile this blade to what I want it to look like, just to show you that these are rough shapes. All I need from this shape is that it's straight and that the edge is in the middle, which this one has. Alright, so let's have a grind quickly. Okay, so there you have it. This is the shape that I am more happy with. As you can see, it's a far different shape from what it started as. Okay. Profiling and normalizing the first 16 blades. I decided that doing all of them today is maybe a bit of a step, so I thought I would do 16. Now they're all cooling. You can see here on the anvil there behind me. They're all cooling. I've got 4 here going through a spheroidizing anneal. The spheroidizing anneal is a very slow cooling process, which will make even the 52-100 bearing actually quite soft, so I can drill holes in it for handles. Never used to. So yeah, and then Sean Cheatham, that's your knife over there. Okay, you'll have received it by the time you watch this video. So yeah, so I'm quite chuffed. When they're all cool, I'm gonna go have some chow, go pick up the kids from school, and once they are cool, I'll grind them. All 16 should be hardened by this evening, ready for final grinding and polishing through next week. I will temper them over the week, so I'll see you just now. Alright, so here are the blades, the profile and annealed. Time to get my grind on. Of the 5th day. Not as tired as I was the last few days, obviously, because I wasn't forging as much. I was just sitting in front of the forge doing normalizing. Got quite a lot done. I did normalized 15 knives. No? Let me see. Yes, I did. That's correct. I normalized 15 knives. 16 knives. I then ground 5 of them, stamped them, and then heat treated them or hardened them. So they've all been hardened successfully. I've got 2 in the, although I've closed the workshop now, I'm going out this evening, so it's got to stay closed. But when I come back, I'll open it up and allow them to cool and repeat the thermocycling, because I put them into a cold tempering oven. So the 52100 has to temper at a different temperature. The Damascus steel is inside the house, in the house oven, and that's at a different temperature because the Damascus steel is about 0.7% carbon. So yeah, so that's the first 5 knives hardened and heat treated and then tempering. Then next week I will do the next 5 and the next 5. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to do all 32 knives, but I think I will manage to do at least the 20 that I need to do for the show. And yeah, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, good morning everyone. It is the morning of the 2nd week of my mass production video, and you can see here I've got the first 5 knives. I've got a Sanmai narrow tang, a 52100 full tang, 52100 narrow tang, Damascus full tang, and Damascus narrow tang. They've all been tempered over the weekend. They're still good and tough. Today's goal is to finish 2 knives. The 2 knives I'm going to try and finish are this one and that one. I'll set up the camera so you can see me doing some of the work. I'm feeling optimistic today. It's still early in the morning, but I'll tell you something, this African heat is something else. It's now 9 o'clock in the morning and it's almost 30 degrees outside and it's incredibly unpleasant. After 2.5 hours of work, I have completed grinding, polishing, etching and assembling a handle on this baby, this beautiful hunter. I'm very chuffed with that. I think that's a good start. It is day 2 of the second week, and I'm feeling positive. Managed to finish 2 knives yesterday, and not only that, I managed to half grind ready for polishing a 3rd knife. So I'm feeling enthusiastic. I think I can do this. I don't think I'm going to do all 30 knives. I think that's a bit of a stretch because some of the bigger knives have more complicated handles. But the smaller knives, yes, definitely. About 20 knives I'm hoping to have done. Well, considering I've done 2 knives on the first day, I should be able to do the 20 in 3 weeks, leaving me an extra week to muscle out some of the more complicated stuff. And also from now on, I won't be giving you everyday logs of what I'm doing, because it's pretty much the same routine over and over again. I'll give you an update beginning of week 3, and yeah, so wish me luck. Cheers. Listen to it. Sweet, sweet rain. You've been waiting for so long. Look at it. Look at it working its way down. Woohoo! Good day. Time wasted walking back and forth from the workshop because I keep leaving my glasses in the house. It's Thursday afternoon and I finished my 5 knives for the week. So I'm going to prepare the knives for next week, which will put me ahead for next week's project. I'm doing well. So far, no drama. I'm waiting to sell some knives. I desperately need some money to pay some bills, so that's my little drama, but no actual drama. This is why I wouldn't make a very interesting subject for a documentary. Not much happens. I make knives, that's it. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I know I am. Still not getting the hang of this waking up early nonsense, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the next week. I think it's going to be more challenging, but I will do 4 smaller knives and 1 Bowie knife, because I included a Bowie knife this week, but it was much smaller, but involved the same amount of work in handle preparation, so I think I can manage that. And yeah, so feeling optimistic. We're going to power through. We'll get the 20 knives done before the show, maybe even a few of my orders off as well. So yeah, it's going good. I was talking about no drama. Look at that. Don't try and straighten 52-100 when it's cold. But look at that grain. Fantastic. Look how smooth it is. We had a little bit of drama earlier today when I broke a knife and when I tried to straighten it with a hammer while it was cold. And that's not really drama. I mean, it happens. You break knives. But something else happened, which is potential drama. Okay, big Bowie knife that I forged and ground and spent all those hours hardening and all that stuff. It's in the tempering oven and it's got a warp in it. Now, it's tempering at about 230 degrees Celsius. The color of the blade is like a sky blue, or not sky blue, but a peacock blue color. It should be flexible. I should be able to stick it in the vise and give it a tweak and just straighten that little warp out of it. However, this is 52-100. It is hellish hard and hellish sharp, and even at this temperature, I have a fear that it might still be a little bit brittle. So I'm going to do it anyway. I can forge another knife. Every knife can be forged. I can salvage the pieces of this knife and make smaller knives out of it. That's the great thing about bladesmithing. So I anticipate drama. So hold your thumbs. I'm going to take the steel out while it's hot with a glove. We're going to put it in the vise, and I'm going to give it just a little flex, and we're going to see if it works. So if it snaps, oh, terrible. If it doesn't snap, awesome. So I'm going to move the camera over here so you can check the angle of the flex. And yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so you can see the beautiful blue color, the smoke as I touch it with the gloves. So I'm just going to close the vise a little bit. I'm going to check the warp. Okay, so the warp's the other way, so I have to put it in upside down. So, oh crikey, this makes me nervous. Let's just do this. Please, 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 please. Hey! Look at that. He said, as he was burning his fingers, "Ha, fuck, on the gloves." Okay, so it looks straight. Let me just check it here now. Oh my word. That is very good. Excellent. So, no drama. Well done. Had a little bit of problem with the knife yesterday. This 52-100 full tang. And I am having serious trouble trying to drill holes in this handle. I've done the spheroidizing anneal. I even put it in the tempering oven to cool. I mean, maybe I sacrificed the wrong kind of llama. I don't know. But I can't get this flippin' handle to drill any more than it already is. Don't know how I got that hole through on the bottom, but that's enough to assemble a handle onto it. Not as many holes as I would like, but yeah, stupid bloody steel. While nerfing with my kids this Saturday, I received a Facebook call from my good friend in America, Calvin. Hello, Calvin. And he just informed me, as part of my itinerary for my trip to Blade Show in June of next year, he is including a visit to Lynn Ree's workshop in Arkansas at the museum where he works. And I can't tell you this. The happy feelings that are coming through me right now are just amazing. So I am really, really chuffed. It's been a good day. I've been nerfing with the kids. It's raining, and now I'm gonna go see Lynn Ree, and we're gonna hopefully learn how to forge an X-ray Bowie. So stoked like you can't believe it. Thank you very much, Calvin. Cheers.
Use Royal Beard Balm, because a healthy beard is a happy beard.
Good morning, everyone. As I sit here enjoying my very small cup of fruit juice that I'm allowed, and one of my wonderful muffins, it occurs to me, again, another word I like using, it occurs to me, things occur to me a lot. Last night, as I was going over all the footage that I've been filming so far, something strange happened while I was watching. An epiphany, if you like. The guy who started filming this series was incredibly serious. I don't feel like the same guy. When I first made that first video, how somber and serious I was going to undertake this massive project. Make no mistake, it's still a large project, and I've got a lot of work to do. But my attitude has not gotten worse like I might have imagined. It seems to have gotten better. I'm more cheerful. I'm very happy. Even though I'm not starting work at 7:30 in the morning like I anticipated that I would have to force myself to do. Turns out I can do quite a lot of work just by waking up an hour and a half earlier than I normally do. So I get my little bit of extra sleep in the morning, which is cool. And I'm feeling very, very positive. And that other guy, I don't know who he is, don't listen to him. What an idiot. And I'm not that serious in life. I'm very much light-hearted. I'm quite a funny guy, I think. And I I want you to get to know that guy rather than Mr. Serious who's always focusing on knives. That's not who I am. So, for future videos, I would say look forward to something a little bit more light, a little bit funnier, and yeah. And today we're ahead of schedule. I've already got one knife almost finished that I should have started last week. It took me a little longer because I'm doming all the pins. Well, doming, riveting. I leave like little hammer blows on, but I'll show you later. And yeah, and I've got already 5 other knives that have been hardened and tempered, and they've done all the grinding. I've just got to do final grind and a polish, and we all know that doesn't take very long. So, beginning of week 3, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So, onward and upward. Cheers. Good morning, everyone. I've just been to Home Affairs, and from Home Affairs I collected my new ID book and my new passport. Well, not ID book, ID card. And I need my passport because next year I'm going to Blade Show. So any of you who follow me on YouTube or on Facebook can come meet me at Blade Show. So now that I've got my passport, I can go to the American Embassy and apply for my visa. So, good morning. Cheers. The advantages of grinding a pre-forged knife. Ta-da! That was like 2 minutes. I don't know, I have to check the timestamp, but that was pretty quick. We are gathered here today, unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. I just finished grinding 5 knives in 20 minutes. That's 1 knife every 4 minutes. But I did stop once or twice to check the etching of a blade that was in the acid. So we call it 15 minutes, 5 knives in 15 minutes, averaging 3 minutes now. So I'm quite chuffed with that kind of grinding speed. I was wearing my cap, and I only wear my cap when I'm making proper sparks. So if you look here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have bits of metal in my mouth. And then there's this irritating little son of a bitch. I've tried normalizing and annealing and spheroidizing and annealing, but this little son of a bitch just doesn't want to drill. See all the marks there. I've tried to drill, and I've tried sharp drill bits. I'm gonna try again. This is today's drama. Okay, so I'm gonna try again to get this little sucker drilled so I can drill the rest. Many important holes are drilled for the 3mm pins, but yeah, I need this to work. And you notice I'm doing a lot of the selfie filming. Yeah, I like it now. It gives you the perspective that you're with me, you're helping me, we're working together, instead of the static camera sitting in a stand, which is useful. But I'm kind of enjoying this point of view participation from you guys in what I'm doing. Also in the background moves, it looks very interesting. Okay, so I'm over my dislike of selfie filming. I will not take a selfie photograph. If you see a selfie photograph of me, I'm calling for help. Send for the police. Okay. So yeah, so those are all ground. I'm now going to heat treat them and give them a stamp. And yeah, so that's the next 6 knives. If I can get that narrow, that full tang one that fold up. So that'll be the next 6 knives. Yeah, wish me luck. Cheers. It's halfway through week 3, and I'm now starting the last batch of small knives for this project. You can see them on the anvil over there. There's 8 of them there. So I thought to myself, you know, why not just do all 8 all at once instead of doing 2 batches of 4? Because I'm working fast enough. If anybody's been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll be seeing that I'm producing the knives pretty quickly. So I am, and also these 6 of these are Pucos and 2 are full tangs, and full tang is really quick to make. Puco is also much quicker, especially if I don't put a bronze guard on it or anything like that. So I'm feeling enthusiastic. I can have these done, all of these done by the end of next week, maybe even sooner. So I've got to do the profile grinding, final grinding, putting some bevels on it, and yeah, so things are going well. we're doing pretty well. I have 5 knives left to finish, and it is a Tuesday. I still have a week and a half, just under 2 weeks left to finish. So I'm feeling very confident. It's been a good time. So let me show you what we've got left. As you can see, I got a nice fancy new camera, wonderful high definition. Well, not camera, new cell phone. Okay, there you go, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus one I'm working on. So I'm very, very happy with the way it's going. Yeah, so we're doing well. So here's the latest knife. Another Hunter. And antler, stacked handle and whatnot. Yeah, I'm feeling really, really good about it. Even slept late yesterday by accident, overslept. Still managed to get 2 knives done. So I don't see what the big deal is about this producing quantity and quality all at the same time. Maybe it's just the work ethic that I've established for myself in the past, because I've been only making larger, more expensive knives that I think that, you know, you need all that time dedicated to putting into the quality of the blade. But I've noticed that with these smaller blades, it's quite easy to pump out, you know, a knife a day almost, in very good quality, a knife that I can stamp the Guild logo on. And anybody should be able to do this, well, with enough practice, of course. I mean, you're not just going to come out of the gate and start making excellent knives, but in time I think it is entirely possible to produce knives of good quality that and quantity. I'm not talking over quantity like hundreds of knives. We're talking simple, knife every day, knife every 2 days. So as a potential knife maker, somebody who wants to make knives as a business, it can be done. All you need to do is remember the 3 rules of knife making: practice, practice, and I got to lift the 3rd finger there, practice. The last week before the show, finished all the knives that I need to do. Seem kind of grumpy. I made some Damascus this afternoon, and for some reason the Damascus gods were against me. Kept getting splashed in the face with flux. Fire scale down my gloves. Kept burning my hand on the fucking handles. But I mean, not just once or twice, consistently for 2.5 hours. So I'm the Murin right now. A couple of times I wet my end, my brush, and I wet the hammer to get the fire scale off. And a couple of times it exploded like a gunshot. My ears are still ringing. Yes, man, I'm cranky right now. I've had it. I'm not doing any more knife making today. So yeah, so I have, after swimming along quite nicely, just like, maybe I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. It's the last day before the show, and I've completed all the knives I need to do. Now, yesterday, well, on Tuesday when I stripped my mur, I thought, now stuff this, I should take the extra 2 days that I have and make 2 more knives. So I crammed, and I managed to forge, grind, heat treat 2 knives on Wednesday. Today, Thursday, I finished both knives. One has a sheath, one doesn't have a sheath. No time for a sheath for the small one. But yeah, so rather than finishing in order, I elected to do 2 more knives. So I've got 2 more knives to sell. This experience has been enlightening. Definitely got to change my work ethic to get more work done. Even quite a lot, I would say about half of the time I still slept late. I didn't actually wake up as early as I wanted to. But even so, I pushed forward, and I managed to get all the work that needed doing done, and I managed to make 25 knives, of which, about 10 of them already sold. So I'm very happy, and next week I will undertake the Bowie project that I started and that pissed me off so much. So we've got that. You can see I've got here the pieces now. This is what I was doing this afternoon because I started work very early, and I managed to finish. I was finished both knives by 2 o'clock. So I was kind of faffing around the workshop, and I started preparing materials for the other knife. So all in all, it was a very good experience. Definitely taught me a lot about myself. I've been going back on the footage and watching some of the stuff that I was taping, and it was quite amusing. It was a bit of a jump and all very serious. But so tomorrow morning we're going to be heading out to Brooklyn in Pretoria, and I will talk to some of the knife makers there, ask them how their experience was, and I'll include that on this little documentary that I'm doing. We'll also have a talk with Niels and see how he feels about organising the whole damn thing. It's his fault that this happened. Niels, everybody. I'm going to start sharpening knives and be done with it, picking up the mates Hilton Rutherford from Rutherford Forge, and we're gonna carpool there together for the 3 days. Yeah, good going, good forging. So Steve, tell us, what was it like preparing for the show?
Well, considering I haven't had much sleep for the past month and I got to bed at 2:30 last night finishing up, it's self-explanatory.
Hilton, what was it like preparing for the show?
It was exciting, stressful, entertaining.
How many knives did you manage to crank out?
I actually made 9 knives for the show. I had a bit of stock in hand before then, but the 9 knives I finished up in the last 10 days.
Excellent, thank you. So Alan, what was it like preparing for the show?
It was hell. It was pure hell. I worked hard, worked really hard.
Or hardly worked?
19 hours a day, except for 2. Another hour, another 2 hours. Yes, I don't know. Well, what the hell I did. I worked hard though. Look at my fingers. Look at these fingers.
Look at my fingers.
Look at these
Look at
fingers.
those dirty fingernails. That's just from picking his nose.
I worked hard, man. I worked hard. Next question.
That's it. So Niels, apart from desperately needing a smoke, what was it like preparing for the Brooklyn show?
Well, I actually, it's getting better, so the doctor tells me. What's it like preparing for the Brooklyn Live Show? Well, it's pretty much any show, every show. You work your ass off, you set yourself a goal. For 8 weeks I'm going to try to do, and we went absolutely mad. I was going to try to do 345 blades, so it's a new personal record. In other words, half of my last year's production I was going to try to do in 8 weeks. It's absolute fucking bonkers. I'll never do that again. We managed to get to 265 blades in 8 weeks.
That's incredible,
Absolute
man.
madness. I'll never do that again. But preparing for the show, everything was done on Monday, 3 days before the show.
Yeah.
So last night I was in bed at 10, kind of bored, didn't know what to do. Thinking, I must have missed something somewhere, which was good fun. I'll definitely do that again. So there's always something. If you finish 2 or 3 days before the show, you always have time to go.
Fine details.
No, make another knife. You've got
So-
3 days, no pressure.
That's what I did.
Okay, exactly. So
Yeah.
you've got end up with 3 days, no pressure, and you can really, if it gets done, it's done. If it doesn't get done, and normally you'll find that last knife is the best knife from Owen.
It's the one I sold. It's the one I sold first.
Exactly.
Cool.
Well done, by the way.
Thanks a lot. And of course the Black Dragon Forge crack attack team. The crack attacks. Zulu and Bakang. There you go.
That's it.
Top knife makers at Black Dragon Forge. These are the Black Dragons.
No, we can't call them Dragon Spawn, that's the family.
Okay.
So these are the...
Okay, Jan, so tell me, what was it like preparing for the show?
It was hectic. Hard work, long hours, preparing for everything, doing orders in between, preparing for the show. Sometimes a day, well, not sometimes, every day. A day is just too short to make knives.
Definitely. And how many knives did you manage to crank out for the show?
I think there's 23 knives I managed, and another 3 sold just before the show. So
When did you start preparing for the show?
just after the guild show I started.
Gee, that's a long time.
But it's orders in between, so you don't really do 1 or 2 here, then you do an order here and there. So
you managed to maintain stock while preparing for the orders and stuff.
It's the balance to do that.
Excellent. Chris, how's the show been for you so far?
Been quite beneficial, I must say. So it's five nights.
Excellent. And how was it preparing for the show?
It's a little bit pressurized because I always tend to leave things till the last. And then of course those last 3 or 4 days I tend to try
And also trying to accommodate orders at the same time.
Yes, yeah.
And how many did you manage to crank out for the show?
Altogether 31.
31.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Items, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
This is the closing time of the Brooklyn Knife Show. The end of my 1 month's work. That was Niels. He's the runner. He runs the show. And yeah, from
Show 2016. If you're still in the purchasing area or the exhibition area, I will ask you to.
Alright, so that's Niels closing the show. It was very good. Out of the 25 knives I made, I ended up selling all but 4 of them. And these are the fellow idiots that I have to deal with. This is Werner. Where's that idiot? He's hiding. He's hiding. Yes, we all went a little bit crazy with the long hours. And yes, it was very successful. Definitely a model I intend on following in the future. Thank you very much for following me on this journey, and good luck and happy knife making and knife buying. Support your local makers. Thanks a lot for watching the show. Cheers.